more gameplay, but I just wanted to show you really quickly, as quick as I can, what it's based around. And it's based around this bad boy here, the Stag, the old favourite on the Warlocks, the Stag, where you get increased resilience while you're inside your rift. So your rift provides damage reduction to yourself and allied guardians while they're standing in it, so you're already quite tanky with your 100 resilience. Plus you're going to be even more tanky while you stood inside your rift, you get extra reduction. And it also grants you rift energy when you are critically wounded, so whenever you go to red bar, even just once, it gives you massive chunks back of your class ability. So whenever you do get critically wounded, you can just cast your rift and you can keep casting your rift. Sometimes in the gameplay you'll see the amount of chunks I'm getting back of my rift, my class ability. And then also what you'll see that you can actually sometimes overlap your rifts as well, so it's pretty cool. On your death it also creates a healing rift on your corpse, but don't worry about that because you're not going to die unless it's something really stupid that we're doing, which I have done a couple of times, jumped off maps, etc., things like that. But generally you're not going to die. So that's the sort of build, and it's all based around Scorch. I'm scorching stuff with my grenades, and I'm also scorching with my melee, and it's all making this one come into play. Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. So I'm going to leave some more gameplay and I'll show you the full build sort of at the end of the vid. Right, so this is now the full setup. I hope you enjoyed them clips. You're very, very, very tanky Warlocks with this setup, I promise you. Stag, as we've already talked about. You're already tanky when you're in your rift. You get like 2 times reduction on the screen. You'll see it in the bottom left, 2 times resist, and every time you're damaged or when you get to red bar health, your chunks of class ability is going to come back. That's all the Stag working perfectly. And then we've also built it around Scorch, as I said, about Ember of Singeing. So the aspects I'm running is Touch of Flame and Icarus Dash. I quite like them to get out of the way. Icarus Dash especially, but Touch of Flame, Icarus Dash. Touch of Flame helps your restoration and your cure, And I'm also running this grenade. In the game clips you probably see me running solar grenade, but firebolt grenade is actually better because you get it back twice as quick, 2 minutes and 1 versus 1 minute and 4, and it's applying scorch, so it's actually better, and it does damage on multiple different targets at a time. So I mean, you can run any solar or firebolt, but if you want to get your class ability back quicker, fire the scorch. Run firebolt because you get it back in 1 minute 4 with 90 discipline. Incinerator snap is another one that's applying scorch. You can run bear scalad or whatever one you want. Healing rift is the one that you want to be running predominantly to keep yourself nice and healed. Is the fragments. Ember of searing. Now I'll be honest, I just ran this one to get the extra recovery. Defeating scorched targets grants melee energy. Well, it's not bad if you do defeat scorched targets, you're going to get extra melee energy, so you can apply more scorch, get your class ability quicker via this one, Ember of Singeing. So again, just applying scorch makes your sort of class ability charge back faster. The other two are Ember of Ashes, you apply more scorch to targets, and Ember of Solace, Radiant and Restoration effects applied to you have increased duration. That's quite important because you get extra 3 or 4 seconds on your restoration. So that's the fragments and aspects. Weapon wise, you can run anything that applies scorch, although you don't have to because you get it back anyway with your grenades, but I like to sort of buff it out. Prometheus lens applies scorch, anything that's got incandescent on, so anything like that to apply scorch. You've got plenty of options. Weapons with sort of demolitionist or something like that, so always handy. You can sort of buff it out with that, so you're getting your grenade back to apply more scorch. The mods that I'm running, classy restoration, absolutely vital. That's the one that's giving you the insane healing. That's based around the full builds, based around classy restoration. Getting this procced as much as possible. 1 or 2 utility kickstarts is always helpful to get your class ability when you use your class ability. I'm also running these two here. You can take one of these off as well if you need to do champion mods. But bolstering detonation grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. I've doubled that up. So whenever you do damage to a target with a grenade, it's going to also buff your class ability recharge rate out, which is also stacking with Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges when you scorch with your grenade. All works together, so you get some crazy rift energy back. Now the actual armor mods for the wells that I'm running elemental ordnance. Getting a kill with my grenade is going to spawn me an elemental well, so you can, thing is with elemental wells also, as you're picking them up, you're also going to get like your grenade back and your class ability back and your melee back as well, so you get plenty of regen and plenty of wells. Bountiful wells, so every time I create one well, I'm doubling up, I'm going to create 2. A Fontamite, so when I pick the elemental well up, I'm going to get 10 seconds of extra damage, 25%, so you can still put out damage. And I'm also running Explosive Well Maker to create wells, so you're going to get plenty of wells, either from your grenade or from explosions. So that's the full build. I'll leave a dim link in the comments. I hope you found the vid useful.